Hey guys, what's going on? James here, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have continued to make roster moves in an effort to get down to 53 players on their football team. The following players have been waived or released. Now, I do want to say, by the way, before I mention all the names, is that most of these players have a pretty good chance to be back on the Bucs practice squad. I know I've said in the couple previous videos, like, oh, well, these guys might be back. These guys have a very good chance of being back, by the way. Undrafted cornerback Chris McDonald was waived from the team. Could be back. This is all per Greg Allman of Fox Sports, by the way. Could be back on practice squad if he clears waivers. You then keep on going down the list. Mike Green was waived from the team. Sterling Shepard, veteran wide receiver, was released as well. Defensive lineman CJ Brewer was released from the team also. And Daniel Grzesiak, outside edge rushing linebacker, was released from the team as well. Let's go ahead and break down all of these names. First off, Chris McDonald. Interesting cornerback, was undrafted, had been with the team basically since after the NFL draft. And look, man, I'm going to be completely honest. He did not impress me too much in those preseason games. This could be a situation where they value his special teams play and maybe say like, well, let's see what he can grow and develop as a cornerback going forward. But there are still a couple of cornerbacks on this roster in Tyreek Thunderberg, in Keenan Isaac, that one of those guys may not make the roster. So are the Bucs going to have two cornerbacks on their roster? Certainly possible. We're going to have to wait and see, but very interesting that Chris McDonald would be in that mix. Not to say that he's bad, like fully. I hope that he does grow and improve. Just didn't do a lot that impressed me throughout the preseason. But I do hope that he grows. I do hope that he improves down the line. You then take a look at Mike Green. To be honest, I don't know. I think Mike Green has been dealing with injuries throughout training camp and preseason and whatnot. He is a guy that just didn't show up a lot, this time around. Last year, he did. I think he made the 53-man roster last year. But in terms of training camp and preseason and whatnot, just didn't see a ton from Mike Green. You saw more from guys like Luol Ugwak. You saw guys more like CJ Brewer and Ernest Brown IV, which, by the way, the Bucs are hoping to bring back Mike Green to the practice squad per Greg Allman. And if the Bucs do carry 6 defensive linemen, it seems like Ernest Brown IV would be the 6th, again, according to Allman here. And it's unfortunate because I like Luol Ugwak. I think that he should have a spot on the Bucs practice squad. Fingers crossed that he is still a part of the Bucs, formula somewhere down the line, or roster construction and whatnot, because I really like him and I feel like he could be an interesting player in the future. But the Bucs really do like Mike Green. They really do like the other defensive lineman that was released, which this one makes a lot of sense for me. CJ Brewer was also waived, which, again, I personally thought that it was going to come down to CJ Brewer, Luol Ugwak, or Ernest Brown IV for that last defensive lineman spot. They went with Brown IV, potentially here for that 6th spot. CJ Brewer was waived. I like CJ Brewer a lot. I really am interested to see what he can be as a developmental guy. I hope that he can kind of be hidden away on the practice squad. Allman says there is a good chance he's back on the practice squad. He's honestly one of those guys that you can see get elevated up on game day a couple of times and then maybe eventually promoted to the active roster if there's an injury somewhere. He showed up. He got consistent pressure in the preseason. Basically from preseason week 1, he was just consistently being there. Same with like Ernest Brown IV. I don't think it's a bad decision to go with one guy against the other, be it Brown or Brewer, Brown IV or Brewer. I just hope that they can get Brewer back on the practice squad. Daniel Grzesiak's an interesting name that made it this far in the process. Was a rotational pass rusher kind of guy. He was going up against Marquise Watts and Jose Ramirez and guys like that. So it makes sense why he was waived, in my opinion, right? I feel like that was something that was going to happen, okay? Maybe he's a candidate for the practice squad. Apparently he has a spot on the practice squad if he clears waivers. So my apologies. Not maybe. He is going to be back on the practice squad if he clears waivers. So, again, a developmental pass rusher. The Bucs are going to have a lot of pass rushers. There's been a lot of talk that they're going to carry 6 total pass rushers on their team. And then you're going to have another developmental guy in Daniel Griziak. That's interesting. That's just interesting to me. You then, take a look at the last name that was waived here in Sterling Shepard. Ian Rappaport had commented on this, where the team is holding a practice squad spot for Sterling Shepard if he does not sign with another team. I would think at this point in Sterling Shepard's career, and this is obviously the biggest name that was released, I would think at this point in Sterling Shepard's career, would he maybe have some other opportunities to be with some other teams? Maybe. I think he said as much in the offseason that he had some offers from other teams, but he's 31 years old. I think he was kind of contemplating retirement this offseason. He may just want to be like, look, I'm just going to be there, support Baker Mayfield, and be a part of the Bucs organization for this year. Or he may just pull a Cole Beasley and retire. I don't know, man. I don't know. But I feel like if you give Shepard a little bit more time, if he can be a little bit healthier, he might be another one of those guys that you see elevated. And then, who knows? Might have some crazy Brashad Perriman-esque play where he has a 60-yard touchdown to win a game somewhere down the line. Wouldn't surprise me if Sterling Shepard did something like that. But we'll see. But that's it for all these roster moves that have been made so far, guys. What do you think about the players that have been released so far up to this point? What do you think about the players that may make this roster so far up to this point? We only have a few more roster moves to go, so I would love to get your guys' thoughts and opinions about this. And as always, guys, I'm gonna probably be making one more video talking about the final cuts that are made, and then I'm gonna be making another video kind of talking about the 53-man roster being finalized and whatnot. So let me know your thoughts and opinions, guys. I would love to hear it down in the comment section below. I'm also gonna be making a video about the practice squad, by the way. So a couple more videos coming out here between today and Wednesday as well, probably Tuesday. Yeah, and we have 3 or 4 more videos talking about all this. So, guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Hope y'all enjoyed. As always, I'll see you all in the next video or the next live stream. But until then, and as always, guys, goodbye for now, and go Bucs.